If you had a loved one who died under suspicious circumstances, you'd probably do everything you could to get answers. Johnson City Police labeled Courtney Murray's 2012 death a suicide, but her family refused to give up. Their efforts led to this 3-month KXAN investigation.
And now, after we started digging, the Johnson City Police Chief says he's re-examining the case. KXAN investigator Don Denny reports.
28 years old, a mother of 3. A strip club isn't the type of place friends say you'd expect to see Courtney Murray, especially with her ex-boyfriend Aaron Mayberry. Dancers KXAN spoke with at Expose in Austin say the couple had a loud argument. They also say Courtney told them she was afraid of Mayberry and that he had been physically violent with her. Mayberry left her at the bar with no money. So she called her father, asking him to pay for a cab with his credit card. He says he did.
In a lot of ways, I probably worked it harder because it's personal.
Jim Murray is not only Courtney's father, he's also a private investigator with 25 years experience.
It's been part of my everyday life.
Murray says the cab driver told his team of investigators when he dropped Courtney off 30 miles away in Dripping Springs, Mayberry confronted her again, yelling until she drove away by herself in her own vehicle. Johnson City Police say at some point, both Courtney and her ex ended up 25 miles away at a trailer she rented in Johnson City. By 4 that afternoon, Mayberry had called police to tell them Courtney was dead.
There were a lot of suspicious circumstances surrounding the death of Courtney Murray.
Police Chief Randy Holland says Mayberry claimed he found Courtney hanging from this thin metal closet rod, a belt around her neck. When police arrived, the chief says they found Courtney lying on the ground and Mayberry saying she killed herself. The medical examiner ruled it a suicide, and Holland's investigation stood still for more than a year until Murray stepped in. The family's team of investigators gathered all the information they could for a year, and they sent all of it to the Johnson City Police Department. But they say nothing ever moved forward. Taking a closer look at the crime scene, Murray says he found what appeared to be blood on the wall and bleach on the carpet. And he also noticed Courtney was 3 inches taller than the rod police say she used to hang herself. KXAN also checked with Courtney's bank and found someone tried to tap into her account 4 days after her death.
Every time I saw her, she was still upbeat. I can remember her laugh exactly. She was just the kindest, sweetest person.
Rebecca Hendricks says she spoke with her best friend on the phone the day before her death and that Courtney was in the middle of writing a novel. Now, family says both her cell phone and journal are missing.
I find it incredibly odd that it's missing. And I think that it's just another red flag that something was amiss.
She says the night Courtney died, someone accessed her Facebook and wrote, "Well, this just got interesting." Hendricks says 2 days later, the post was gone.
Do you believe she committed suicide?
Not in a million years.
Why?
She wrote so much and was so passionate about it that I am convinced that if she had committed suicide, that she would have left a note. Of that, I am certain.
Hendricks says Chief Holland was too quick to label the death a suicide.
So it was like he had already made up his mind.
But now Holland tells KXAN Mayberry had injuries on him that he couldn't explain that day.
He had a knot on his left forehead, had scratches on his right hand.
There have been a lot of inconsistencies with his statements to your investigators.
Just a lot of deception. A lot of deceptions, changed his stories that don't even really matter. He's changed the stories to those.
After 3 months of questions from KXAN, Holland agreed to a joint investigation with Murray's team.
In my business, you have to approach every investigation that somebody's looking for closure, and this time it just turned out to be me.
And now a new development with that joint investigation. Mayberry has voluntarily given a sample of his DNA, and it is being compared to evidence found at the scene. We will continue to follow this case as it plays out. Don Denny, KXAN Investigates.
We want to let you know we reached out to Courtney's ex-boyfriend, Aaron Mayberry, but never got an answer back. If you have a story tip you'd like KXAN to investigate, send us an email to investigates@kxan.com or call our tip line here in Austin at 512-703-5255.